Hello, my man. Welcome back. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I love these videos. I love doing these videos. It's a cathartic experience for me because I get to help myself at the same time while I help you. So I get to offload, I get to express myself in a way where I can convey information to you that may or may not, in most cases, resonate with you and can serve as either a reminder, oh hey, Joey said something about that this past week, or something that you go, oh, okay, I hadn't thought of that before. Maybe I'll try that one on. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to invite you to subscribe. I'd like to invite you to sign up to my weekly newsletter, The Intrepid Insider. Info at thevaliantlifestyle.com is my email address to contact me. Thevaliantlifestyle.com is where you will find my newsletter, thevaliantlifestyle.com. Put your email in there, hit click, and let's do this. All right, so I wanted to discuss being disciplined when it comes to being able to rein in your own emotions. And it means that when you're with your kids, it's most important that you stay in your frame. It's most important that, yeah, you know what, you can be a little upset about these things, but when it comes down to it, you will model the reaction for the rest of your family. How does that, what do you mean by that? Well, you will be the pillar. You will be the model for which your kids react, your wife reacts, and how that goes. And whether it is consciously or unconsciously, they may make the decision to do what you're doing. They may make the decision to go on and do all of that. I talk a little bit about co-regulation when it comes to this, but what I'm really talking about here is your ability to be able to rein in your emotions when things happen, like your kids do something that drives you absolutely nuts. Over the weekend, I had an experience with this where my stepdaughter was bouncing about with her mom. And what had happened was that she had crossed the line. It was a little embarrassing for her, but at the end of the day, what we did was we conveyed a message to her that, you know, this was a boundary that you crossed, and want you to not only show compassion for that, but to be able to be apologetic and to be able to see that. So it was a valuable lesson. When it comes down to being the other parent, so let's say this happens to my daughter in her other home, and where I see something that, or hear about something that I don't like that comes from my daughter's lips and she tells me about it. Do I jump right away? Do I get out of control? Do I have the ability to be able to control my emotions, or do I just let them run wild? You see, here's the thing. If you don't have the ability to be able to control your own emotions, the world around you is going to be able to control them for you. That's right. That's right. And do you think that that makes you a disciplined and safe man, or does that make you a weak and a man of a loose cannon? You guessed it. The latter. When my ex-wife has bought something from my daughter that I didn't deem that was appropriate for her age, I got upset about it. But instead of reacting right away, instead of going all out, rampage, feeling like I was going to be the protective dad, I let it sit for a bit. And I've still let it simmer. But what I've been really honing to do is to be able to be disciplined when something like that comes up, because if the outside world has the ability to control my emotions, that means that I can't. That means that I get to show myself better discipline to be able to do that, or else my friends, my family are going to show me, they're going to mirror to me what I have yet to be able to do for myself. Now, the only way that you're able to do that, in my case, me, to be able to show myself that I can do that is evidence that I've done that before. And evidence that I've done that before is having the track record, is having shown myself the routines each morning, the rituals each morning, to know that I have the strength up here to be able to get control of my own emotions when things come up. I gotta tell you, this particular instance, it took me about a day, but I didn't let this peter into the rest of the world. I sat with it. I wrote about it. Because this book, in my eyes, was completely inappropriate for my daughter. I really had to feel into what this is. I really had to know that my ex-wife had my daughter's best interests in mind. It's just that she sees it from a different lens. Now I can be completely reactive, and I can just verbal diarrhea about it. But what does that make me look like? You fill in the blank. It also makes me unsafe. It also makes me unable to really get a true glimpse of what's going on here. And what do I mean by that? My ex-wife bought a book that I didn't deem appropriate for my daughter. I mow that down, bulldoze it with all my feelings. It's possible that my ex-wife had some other ideas about it, and that's okay. And maybe there's a compromise in there when we explore each other's ideas and communicate. But it takes me to be able to control my own feelings when it comes down to that and ask specific questions. And you know what? I'm not going to say that's easy, but I am going to tell you that it takes great restraint. It takes great strength to be able to do something like that. It does. For us men. And you're not going to get it right the first time or the 111th. But somewhere along the way, you're going to find your stride. And for me, this year with my family and my kids and my extended family, I've been able to find great calmness in my ability to be able to hold capacity for myself. So that means keep myself at calm when things are spinning out of control. Keep myself at calm and have the ability to hold the emotions of my wife, my daughters, and then maybe somebody else in there too. And I've been able to show that with my clients as well when the chips have been down on myself. It's something of great discipline. And I believe that discipline is self-love. And self-love is trust. And you build confidence in your ability to do it. And when you have that, my man, you have what it takes to be a man, to be a warrior, to be everything that you want to be. Know this. If there are things that you want to see changed, if you're ready to do that, if you're ready to make this leap and you go, Jesse, I really like what you're saying is hitting home right now, and I really want to explore what that means to me. It's time. It's time to contact me. info@thevaliantlifestyle.com. Let's do this time. All right.